Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Money, Finance, Freedom, your ticket to financial freedom. Today we're going to be talking about penny stocks. I'm going to highlight 3 stocks that I have seen pop in the last few days. Now remember, this is not financial advice. This is purely my opinion, but I do want to give you some background information into these stocks and why I believe people are interested in them. Now, let's look at a general overview of the stock market. We're looking at the S&P 500 really quick. We're going to see that there was that little dip down dive on Friday evening that we saw. A little bit of a sell-off, cause for concern. Over the weekend, we saw it rise back up. We opened up and we had a great day on the stock market today. So we're going to see that small increase. Now, if we take a look at this, we have a pretty good view on what the stock market is doing, a little bit more stability and a little bit more of a rise. Overall, the analytics on the stock market are that we are still in a bullish uptrend. Now, a lot of people are worried about inauguration coming up, all of the incidents that they've been seeing in the news, whether the vaccine is working, how long the vaccine is working. I want you to understand that as far as the stock market is concerned, it is still in this bullish progression. Now, with that, there's a lot of money moving in the market, and that's why people are dumping it into these penny stocks. And you might just be saying, well, you know what? I don't see penny stocks being invested in by the big guys, but I do have one for you here today that has 1.5 million stocks invested in the past week by one of the top investors in the world. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. That is my second stock we're going to be covering. The first stock we're going to talk about today is stock symbol ZOM. Now, a lot of you have heard about this stock in the last few weeks. What this is Zomedica Pharmaceuticals. It is a veterinarian health company. Now, a lot of you have heard all the ups and downs of this company, and most importantly, you have seen their stock shoot up really, really high and then come crashing back down. Look the last few days on how this stock has been doing. We saw a large uptrend. We hit a high of 1.48. Now you're going to see I have a little marker up here. I have an alert set at 1.5 area. Now that's just when I want my Thinkorswim platform to notify me when this stock starts rising again. And again, you'll hear me say when, not if, because I do believe this stock is going to rise. Now, this company provides point of care diagnostics for both cats and dogs. Their CEO released a letter to shareholders on January 15th. He says that the company has received more than $40 million in cash. This raises their total cash to over $90 million. He highlighted how this adds to their great balance sheet. The biggest announcement was about True Forma. This is their point of care diagnostic platform. It is set to release on March 30th, as of right now. Their platform uses bulk acoustic wave technology, which is one of the world's most advanced radar and communication systems. Their goal is to be able to detect thyroid and adrenal analytes in dogs and cats. Unlike many penny stocks, this is a real company that actually plans to expand and scale. Although the company is in very early stages, I still believe that there is a lot of room for growth in this company, and why I believe that if you're already in, to stay invested, and if you're not already in, find that buy point, because this stock could have a lot of upside. Now, again, this is a penny stock, so they could all have a lot of upside. But what I see in this company is, again, the great balance sheet, money going into the stock with $40 million in cash, a lot of volume. We do see quite a bit of volume continuously. We had this big spike, a lot of volume on these days, but we continue to have volume every day at opening. Now, we saw a little dip down. Now, on this short week on today, we're going to see a little bit of a growth over the next few days, I believe. Now, we're going to see the most growth around the March time period. Everyone's talking about how Carol Baskin preached about this stock and got $299 for some sort of advertisement on it, and that's why we saw this big run up. Well, the funny thing about it is all of those people ended up selling their stocks for a loss on the way back down, and everybody that understands that there is still a product to be had stayed in right around here. We saw a few more people buy in, and we're slowly ticking back up. So again, the stock does have room to grow, and it is an actual company where we will see products come out, and then we can adjust from there on our long-term or short-term investments. Now, again, we do have 2 more stocks that we're going to look at. The next stock that I'm going to highlight is INUV. Now, you may be wondering, why haven't I heard about this stock before? Why isn't anybody talking about it? Well, if you've been paying attention, Vanguard invested 1.5 million shares of this stock. Now again, this stock is trading at well over a dollar. Now, you might be wondering, well, why would they ever invest in a penny stock? Well, it clearly had quite a bit of growth, and we can't fault them for it. Today, we saw a 129% increase. Up here in the top corner, you're going to see that this stock is trading at 1.45. Now, I'm going to go ahead and highlight the last few days for you. If we go ahead and look in here, we're going to see there has been tremendous growth. A lot of people saw it ticking around here at zero point 0.6, thinking that this was a good time to buy in. We had this long weekend, and over the weekend, we just saw it shot up. It started today out at almost a dollar. And a lot of people saw that as a 50% increase, maybe too rich for their blood, wasn't ready to buy in. But guess what? Over the weekend, or over today's trading period, this stock shot up another nearly 100% and closed the day off at around $1.46. Since then and after hours, we have reached a high of $1.84. So we can see that this stock is steadily growing, but I do want to warn you all that this might be the cap for this stock. Now, they are an advertisement technology company. They are a data-driven company that looks to capitalize on the recent boom in data technology and data sciences. They have been very successful during the COVID-19 pandemic due to their online presence. They pride themselves on understanding use behavior and adjusting to their users. They have recently had a significant amount of support in the financial investment within financial investments and institution. Again, Goldman Sachs, Vanguard, a lot of these large companies actually looked into this company, with Vanguard now possessing over 2 million shares into this company. Clearly, there is something behind this company that we all missed, but some of the larger institutions saw it. Now, I do want you all to know we have had this 123% gain in this company. I do believe that there is room for growth. With a lot of these penny stocks, you see it shoot up vertically, drop right back down on the sell-off. But as you can see, we reached what seemed to be a peak at $1.60 today. It fell off, but for some reason in after hours, we're seeing that uptrend because we know that there is a little bit of money circulating still going through the after hours trading. Now, I am curious to see what we open up with tomorrow, but I do believe that there will be continued support into this stock. Data-driven technologies during the COVID time is really important. We can't be individually accessing user data all the time, especially during the COVID pandemic, and we want to be able to tap into the analytics of what is going on. We've seen analytics drive companies through success in the past, and this company is going to use it to its advantage and move into the future. Our last stock today is ticker symbol AIKI. The company behind the stock is Aikido Pharma Incorporated. They are focused on early stage cancer therapeutics. They recently popped on the news of a new agreement for cancer treatment. They're allowed to use their psilocybin in their products. Now, this helps treat people with cancer and related depression. This is a move in the right direction for the company because it allows them to get through a huge roadblock. This company hopes to keep the good news coming. Now we're going to see a continuous headline with this company as their products start to grow and the relative outcome on their users. Now, if this proves to be successful, the pharmaceutical companies have major growth. I'm not just talking 1 or 200%, but we could see this stock hit 7, 8, 9, possibly $10 over the next year to 2 years, depending on when their products come out, how often they come out, and how successful they are. Now, I do believe with the increased productivity of some of their ingredients in their products, they will see an uptick over the next several months that traders will try to siphon off of and gain their profits. We're going to see a little bit of volatility in the stock as we do see with a lot of the pharmaceutical stocks, but we are looking into this for a long-term play. When a company like this is able to pass legislation through that allows them to use certain ingredients in their products, it isn't something that happens right away. They start formulating those products, creating new products because they couldn't put money into it prior to this. They do probably have a few test products, and if you actually look into their database, it's something that they've been working with for a while, but they do have to get their formulations correct to put a product out on the market. It still has to pass through all of the regulatory guidelines, testing, and that can take months, if not years. If they get through their testing and they fail, then you can see this stock shoot right back down to maybe the $1 range or even lower. We know that these pharmaceutical companies, there aren't people that are sticking around for the long haul. When bad news happens, things shoot down quick. So I would say this is one of the more risky plays we have as far as our penny stocks. We do see this great advancement in the stock in after hours trading, shot straight up. A lot of people are saying that this stock will again shoot up in the morning tomorrow, but we are still unsure of what's going on, how volatile it will be, and how successful this company will be in the long run. I do believe that all three of these penny stocks have room for growth. They have money behind them and they have good reasoning. We aren't just chasing headlines here, we're chasing the standardized companies behind those headlines. We can look into penny stocks and see the amount of volume that's being traded on them consistently. And when we see consistent volume, this is when we know that a penny stock isn't just a headline stock. It's something that we can invest in the long run. We want to continue to look at stocks like these in the penny category when we're looking to make a little bit of investment with our extra spare change. This is why I call them penny stocks because it's what I put my extra money into. I use the change that I gained from my other companies such as dividends, some of my investments that are doing well, and I usually play them into my penny stocks. When my penny stocks do well, I usually take profits from them. I take about 50% of it and I put them into another play. Now, when my penny stocks do really, really well, I usually take my money out quite early and then put that into a few other plays. So the more money we can make off of these penny stocks, we can kind of diversify and go into other penny stocks. That's why I've given you three here today. I'm going to be looking into investing in all three of these, but again, I'm entirely unsure of where they're going, so I'll be watching them closely and looking for some buy points in the future. I am currently invested in one of these companies. Uh, I'll let you decide which one that is based on how I reviewed them, but I will be looking at all three of these in the future. Please take this advice with a grain of salt when we're looking at penny stocks. That's all I have for you today, everybody. This has been another day with Money, Finance, Freedom. This is going to be your ticket to financial freedom in the future. So make sure you like and subscribe. I'm going to be putting videos out like this on a daily basis. So please return to the channel, comment, like, share. Anything you can do to support is fantastic.